Garrett McKay might not be a name you recognize, but you definitely know his games. His most recent one being A Bite at Freddy's. I've only ever watched Astral Spiff play this game, but saying I watched him is a bit ingenuous. I throw him on and immediately fall asleep. Shout out to Spiff. Though, we won't be talking about that today. Instead, we'll be looking at first game we're playing is Fredbear and Friends, Out of the Machine. And before I get anywhere near this thing, major epilepsy and audio warning. This game does not respect your senses. Fredbear and Friends, Out of the Machine takes us way back to Fredbear's Family Diner. In terms of our timeline, this game is set before both Fredbear's Fright and Fredbear and Friends left to run.
What?
The game's not canon.
No. Say that again.
The game's not canon.
It's not canon.
Yes, it is. The title matches. Oh, yeah, that's not. Well, I already played and wrote this segment of the script, so Fredbear and Friends, Out of the Machine. What do you got? Before we're allowed to hop into our office setting, we've got a mini game featuring the puppet. There really isn't anything special about this mini game. You headbutt this Freddy plush, making him upset, and it's over. Night one, as always in FNaF type games, eases us into our surroundings. We've got a very basic office with two entrances, our left window and the open hallway dead ahead. There is a window to the outside, which I thought would bring some fun scares, but sadly it's not utilized. Also, I never saw an animatronic attack through the left window, which in the game files, it shows a couple animatronics using this route, so maybe it just bugged for me, I don't know. Something that might have caught your eyes, the 3 tabs we can access. The furthest left one is how we'll be protecting ourselves. A mask, very original, our cameras, and a button that winds the music box. And these things have not stood the test of time. Go down. Please go down. Thank you. Please go down. Gosh. Something I should clarify is this game is no spring chicken. Being a 9-year-old game and our dev's first project, I feel completely compelled to give some leisure for some of these design choices. Like how navigating the cameras requires you to use your number keys instead of how navigation traditionally is. Or the really basic mechanics of the game. It gives it this sort of charm, and I really like it. What isn't forgivable is this. Oh my god! Are you kidding me? I really struggle to find why in the flying anyone would do this. Spring Bonnie will make his way down to your office through the large hallway. Before he enters, you can see him peering at you. Then we get to play Tinnitus Simulator. To stop playing, put on the mask to make him leave. Again, I just want to preface this. Why? Oh my god! I mean, it shook every nerve in my brain every time he appeared, so maybe that's the reaction Garrett McKay was going for, but it pissed me off more than anything while playing. That's ridiculous, man. That noise is a sin. After giving my ears a well-deserved cushion, we get to play Cake Catastrophe, where we give cakes to all the sad boys. Only boys, though. Fredbear Entertainment believes in cooties. After being left with 1 cake left, we need to scour for our next...
That's a dead kid.
Well, maybe we made his day a little better. Now on to night 2. Something nice about Fredbear and Friends Out of the Machine is we actually get pacing with new animatronics showing up each night to keep things interesting. Night 2 introduces us to Fredbear. He won't show up in your doorway, instead making a mad dash towards you. If you hear his running, you'll have to quickly throw on your mask. And even though he's running through the doorway, he somehow runs across our view. Which admittedly is goofy, but it looks good by my standards, so good job. Seriously though, how did he get there? Night 3 gives us our next challenger, Mauziki. The phone guy explains to us that he was unable to be used because of copyright infringement with Chuck E. Cheese. Oh, and yeah, there's a phone guy in this game. He doesn't have much to write home about, so I decided to not talk about him.
Previous guards have left early ever since it happened.
Oh, I see. Anyway, Mauziki, right. Good God. Yeah, he's Spring Bonnie, but instead of doing the bare minimum and giving us a warning before assaulting our ears, we get nothing. What the Dude, this cannot be good for my heart rate. He just sort of shows up. Super, just great. Great character here. Love this guy. Now that Mauziki was active, I was constantly on alert. The cheap jump scares had really gotten to my nerves, and even though they were regular, they'd make me jerk, leaving me constantly on edge. And not in the way I like my games edging me. Wait. Like, sure, the loud noise with flashing lights and creepy imagery is freaky the first, 2 2 times. After that, I'm more tense to prepare for the loud noise than being tense from fear, which is not what you want. During our momentary bliss away from those threats, we've got an arcade game about a double spring lock failure. Yeah, I'm not really sure why I found that so funny. The guy in the spring bodysuit was probably just like, well, that's not good. Good old Night 4 has the phone guy repeatedly talking about the incident.
The incident.
And how it has been bad for business. Which, yeah, no shit, bro. But luckily, only one kid witnessed it. He hides under tables out of fear of the animatronics in the establishment. His dad is a franchise owner. Can you guess who it is? Five Nights at Freddy's 4, Crying Child. So, yeah, pointless tie-in, but look, a fresh new face for this night. Oh, well, hello. Don't do the thing. Don't do it. This is Prototype. He works different from the rest, that being he won't give you a cue for when he leaves, which gives him kind of a fun mechanic where he mostly shows up after Spring Bonnie. So your guard is down, leaving you vulnerable for attack. And if you do notice him, your spring locks and your mask are already pretty tense, so you've got to be careful. And surprisingly, I never had an unfair RNG death caused by this mechanic, so props to that. Now that our main cast is all attacking us, I finally get to say, this game is ridiculously easy. And with saying that, I've got to say, Fredbear and Friends Out of the Machine sadly falls into a category of FNaF fan game akin to the Return of Freddy's.
What?
No, all right. I know that sounds bad.
I know, that's not the greatest thing to say, but if you look at this game broadly, it's a math simulator that ruptures your headphones. But looking at it even more broadly, you also have to recognize that this game is reaching a decade old. So there's no need to fault or belittle our dev. There's plenty more to compliment in the rest of this video. Night 5 turns up the temperature to lukewarm. And even though this is technically the last night of this game, hold on, sorry. I forgot about the minigame after Night 4. Put him in Freddy. Okay. Yeah, anyway. Alright, where was I? This night is easy. Super easy. I didn't die once. In fact, I didn't die this entire game. You don't count. Even though most of the time you'll be getting animatronics in your office without warning, I beat in FNaF 2's all max mode on my brother's laptop 10 years ago, so I know my way around a quick mask flip. And after a confusing cutscene, he caused this. And he will suffer. What? We get one last middle finger from our dev before entering the endgame content. What a game. Hard worker. Why? Little fun fact. Foxy was intended to be implemented as a character, but was scrapped due to his addition conflicting with the timeline. However, you can still find Foxy's jump scare in the files, so I have to wonder how late he was removed in development. What? Yeah, I'm delaying playing insane mode, because I'll tell you what, no fiber in my being wanted to beat this. But I had a cheat code. Something to make this game bearable at the cost of making my footage less bearable. I muted the game. This made insane mode so nice. Thankfully, we were also rewarded with a final cutscene. The hell am I looking at? Sorry, the hand crank is broken. We will find you another one. It's okay. We have found more than that. Soon. I'm really not sure what this is supposed to mean, but having someone presumably trying to kill you and attempting to console you while you're stuck inside a springlock suit with no escape is actually pretty great. While looking to see if there was anything else to do in this game, I got one final shotgun blast to the ears. Oh my god. My deeply sour mood aside, would I recommend this game? On mute? Sure. Otherwise, no. It's not worth sitting through in my opinion. I've never had a game bludgeon me so hard with noise I could feel my soul shake. I don't know why it bothered me so much, but it genuinely made me nervous to play Garrett McKay's next game, since I had no idea what I was getting into here. What the fuck is that? Shit, yes! This is what I'm talking about, guys. I knew Garrett McKay had talent. I was just wondering when we were gonna see it, and this game unfolds all of it. The design of this game is just... Hold on. I'm gonna get ahead of myself. Give me a second. Fredbear's Fright is fantastic. Genuinely, go out and play this right now before you watch this. Actually, don't do that. Fredbear's Fright had a rough time running for me. What? What is going on? What is going on with this game? And it's not like I'm playing on a potato or anything. I'm playing on 2 potatoes. I had to troubleshoot the hell out of this game. What worked for me is running this game as administrator, running this game for Windows 8, turning off Perspective 3D Effect, and turning off Wallpaper Engine. I'm not sure which one of these actually fixed the issue, but if you're playing it for yourself and it's not working, try doing what I did. Now we're actually able to play Fredbear's Fright. Let's go. Fredbear's Fright is actually canon to this timeline I was trying to cover. You'll be seeing familiar faces like Fredbear, Spring Bonnie, Prototype, Mauziki, and some new faces as well. Think of this as Fredbear and Friends Out of the Machine, but remastered and reimagined. First impressions are just awesome. This game visually falls into the Return to Freddy's category, but for all the best reasons. Old FNaF fan games that remix FNaF textures to make their own Frankenstein fan games have a massive amount of charm to them for me. This game does just that, but obviously better. Instead of reusing assets, we've got a ground-up recreation and remix of the original FNaF office for the new Fredbear's Fright location, a horror attraction set up by what I can only presume is the same people that set up Fazbear's Frights, the location from FNaF 3.
Why? I saw that!
We get to keep the original office's left door, however, to our right we get a false vent customers touring the horror attraction would crawl through. If there's ever a FNaF-themed haunted house and I come face to feet with this thing while trapped in a vent, I'm going to Michael Afton on the floor. We've got 2 other mechanics, but we'll get there when we get there, don't worry. In the meantime, though, let's enjoy the office shower. Night 1 gives us a couple animatronics to look after, Mauziki and Spring Bonnie. Mauziki is strikingly close to our office, being only 2 rooms away from us. Because he's this close, we can hear him move around down the hallway. Sometimes he likes to take a stroll around the building, and other times he'll go straight to our door. Close it on him and wait for him to leave. Classic. Spring Bonnie appears really far away. Luckily for him, there's an attic he can access that leads straight to our false vent. When he climbs through it, he'll make a fairly loud noise. Close the vent, hear him leave, you're gold. Very easy to grasp mechanics on this first night. And it wouldn't be a FNaF game without... Hold S to sing. I'm singing. Yeah! Oh. Show 01 is now over. Night 2, Fredbear and this little hand puppet guy are rearing to kill us. Fredbear is just great. He'll run into the office if our camera is up without warning. And you can try to track him on cams to see if he's coming, but good luck finding him. Alright, Oh! Even though he makes 0 noise, this grotesque design towering over everything in the office is some scary shit. Good thing he remembered he's in a game meant for FNaF fans, and flees after the premise of a shower comes. Our hand puppet friend acts the exact same way as Spring Bonnie, so we know how to deal with him. Speaking of Spring Bonnie, this night disables him, making this night feel pretty much the same as night 1. The phone guy alluded to a prototype being repaired and moving, and at the end of the night, he is aching to get off his stage. And yes, this is Prototype, not a random horror prop like I thought. I got super lucky with this guy. I don't know if I should feel proud or not about immediately knowing his mechanic by just watching him on the camera, but I countered him instantly. He'll have 3 stages of movements: standing on the stage, in the middle of the room, and leaving the room. Once he's gone, shutting our left door blocks his attack. As far as I know, looking at him doesn't stall his attack like Foxy from FNaF 1, so keeping a close eye on his position is key for surviving later nights. Hold D to dance. That kid is awestruck. Hit him with one of these. Blew up the firework in the air. Alright, let's get this show on the road. Well, why'd you do that? That kid just watched that, dude. Night 3 gives us our last hazard of the night, Scrapped Fredbear. He'll give us a call on the phone and say a random string of numbers we'll have to input in the numpad on the wall to our right. Failing to do so, I think you know what happens. Now that the whole game has been revealed to us, I get to make some pet peeves. I've glazed this game thoroughly. I've got to make some complaints. It's only fair. Prototype and Scrapped Fredbear are such boring designs. They're just endoskeletons with a mascot head. When comparing these guys to Fredbear or Spring Bonnie, which looks scarier? It's no contest. Speaking of Spring Bonnie, why does he go through the vent? Both hand puppets occupy the vent. Wouldn't it make more sense to have him enter the office like Fredbear? It'd make this game a hell of a lot harder, because I'll tell you right now, this game is a cakewalk. And that's it. Back to the nights. I just wanted to get that off my chest. You guys go. And one for you. my favorite because you have a mask. And, alright. Oh no! Purple guy's making out with me in the makeout corner. Oh no! Night 4 gives us a very ominous phone call.
Hey, I was on my way over to see you. Prototype is doing something terrible.
Yeah?
Tonight has a very, very good for me. I don't know what to do. Just don't worry about me, okay?
He's gone.
Oh no.
At least try to act like your death is impending, bro. Come on. At the start of the night, you'll slowly notice the animatronics disappear one by one. And once they're all gone, he appears. Do I just not worry? What the fuck? Oh yeah, Night 4 is a boss fight. Prototype went around killing everything in the building and stapled their parts to himself. So not only did Garrett McKay predict William Afton using a knife, but also predicted the Mimic. Except this big bad is Fright. Fright will make his way to either your door or vent without noise or warning, meaning we need to keep an eagle eye on him. Pretty fun how even though he uses a different mechanic, it still forces you to utilize the cameras in some way like before. Fright moves pretty fast too, but as long as you know where he's headed, this night sadly once again becomes a cakewalk. And with that, the main game is over. Pretty interesting choice to have the 4th night be the final one, but it threw me through a loop. I'll give him that. But because it is only 4 nights long, I really wish the game was harder. Not only do I play these fan games for horror, but for the gameplay as well. And if you aren't striking me over the head with difficulty, it becomes kind of a snooze fest for me once the horror rubs off. Oh, well, maybe I spoke too soon. There is a 5th night. Hold shift to fend off hallucinations. Hold spacebar to open your suit. Don't move if they see you. What? I mean, there's not really much to talk about for this night. Everything is pretty coherently condensed in this short text explaining what's going on, so, it's cool, I guess. After beating that and playing the minigame, I noticed a small key sitting on the ground and immediately, without thinking, start spam clicking it. Whatever's locked, we're for sure opening it with this. And I think I know where it might be hidden. Insane mode is exactly the kind of challenge I was craving from this game. Everyone but Fright is active, and they're at their most aggressive state we've seen, really making you have to properly digest these mechanics and execute them appropriately to win. Because this game up until now was literally a haunted house, all scares, no threats, I had to learn the hard way that Prototype is something to be reckoned with.
I ever tell you about the time Keith tried to deep fry turkey? 3rd-degree burns over 90% of his body.
Even though I was frustrated, this was a very healthy challenge, where only one death that I can remember felt unfair.
9.
I think I died. I double-clicked 8. I jitter-clicked it, man. That's not my fault. But no challenge can stop me, so it's obvious I got through it. Oh, let's go, dude. A little stressful, dude. Damn. No way you're gonna do this to me. I did insane mode and you're... That's awesome. That's so cool. So it was my honor and joy to do it again. First we'll need to get that second key. By double-clicking this Freddy poster, we play a secret minigame. I don't know how the fuck I would have figured that out. And now we should be good. Just like back to back, dude. That's how awesome I am. Let's go. And that win. Whoo, that felt good knowing I completely dominated this game. Okay, maybe not completely dominated, but let me have this. For what I can tell, this scene is just sequel baiting, which we of course know there is a sequel. But we do get our character's motive, that being looking for a missing child. And with that conclusion, we've reached the end of Fredbear's Fright. And yeah, this game is really, really good. I mean, if you watched this entire segment and didn't have an ounce of motivation to play this game, please check it out. I mean, Corey played this game, so it already got a bright light in the sun. But still, play it. You won't be disappointed. Now, we've got a kid to find. So let's get looking in Fredbear and Friends. We need to kill Fredbear. Kill Fredbear. Kill Fredbear. Kill Fredbear. I think I said it enough. After we do that, we get a neat teaser for the game we're about to play. Fun little chill game. Anyway, what were we doing? Fredbear and Friends Left to Rot might just be one of, if not the most memorable FNaF fan game I've ever played. Now, is it perfect? Almost. I have a few gripes with it that I'll get into later, but before we do, there's a lot of content in this game. I'll do my best to cover the multiple mechanics we'll be looking at without boring you guys to death, so let me know if I do a good job or not. With that said, let's start, shall we?
Okay. Time to click, boys.
Mine isn't time to click yet.
Oh, did you click?
Oh, I've been recording this whole time. I'm fine.
All right. This isn't my footage, but you should not go into the description of this video and totally not click on this link, and you should definitely not spam the comments asking for night 2.
Disconnect the audio!
I heard someone walking. Oh, he's right there.
Oh my gosh.
Also, yes, that is me.
You see, Goose, that's why I use...
Anyway, if this intro doesn't just completely suck you in and compel you to this game, I don't know what will. I won't be showing the whole thing because, viewer retention, but legitimately, this is another game you should start playing now instead of watching. Started this game, we're right off the burner of having a lead to where our son might be. And I seriously think this could be the same night this phone call is made. Our break-in plans are written on like a restaurant's paper napkin or something. Entering what could only be Afton's premises, we find ourselves in the observation room. In order to continue through the building, we'll need to eliminate the security by shutting off both the video and audio in each camera. This is a pretty great mechanic, forcing you to turn off your eyes and ears from the building's other security measures, that being the animatronics. Fredbear and Bonnie, yes, not Spring Bonnie, will lumber their way to your desk, where you'll have to hide until they leave. Prototype appears on cam 3. Giving him an epileptic attack with our flashlight will make him disappear. As long as you pay attention to Fredbear and Bonnie's footsteps and keep an eye on cam 3, this is a super easy room to complete. Woohoo! Room complete! Whoa! Look at it go! Whoa!
Hello there. Welcome to the interactive control tape for Fazbear Entertainment animatronics.
Oh, well, thank you, Freddy.
Go ahead, try moving my body forward. Excellent.
Ugh.
On the middle of the
So grotesque.
control training is now complete. Now
Hooray.
you should be ready to make the pizzeria come to life.
Don't wink at me. For our next room, I'm just gonna say it without sugarcoating it. It sucks. We'll have to charge this door while fending off the character Max. Max is such a bizarre addition to this game, where this is the first and only time we'll see him. He'll make a noise unveiling himself from the show stage, and pressing this button will make him recede. Boring room, both visually and playability. Let's just move on to the next. Yeah. Oh, we gotta get more ammo. Shoot! Shoot! Get the pizza. Get some oh, and now we are good to go. Oh, I'm the winner. 1975.
Looks like that game worked perfectly.
It worked great.
Now.
Sneaky guy. Now that we've escaped the storage room, we find ourselves in test room 01. The minigame after night 5 in Fredbear's Fright said, "Now the tests begin," showing the nightmare animatronics. So it's only right that the first test room we come across is a child's bedroom being terrorized by a nightmare. This one being Mauziki. I don't know why I sounded like that. Nightmare Mauziki will reveal himself through the door in front of you and the door to your right. Hitting him with our Hyper Flash quickly deals with him. Not only are we dealing with Mauziki, but we need to keep this little rat mouse thing wound up. He's referred to as Roger in the game, but as you'll come to know, this isn't exactly his name. His appearance is very reminiscent of Sneaky Guy, so he's Sneaky Guy. If you don't keep Sneaky Guy wound up, then we're greeted by Nightmare Sneaky Guy. Our goal for this room is to slowly open up this vent behind us and escape through it. This is a fairly blaring issue I have with this game so far, and that's this. For the first 3 rooms, in order to succeed, all we have to do is click and hold a button and use our hearing to avoid danger. Observation room. Click and hold these buttons to win. Listen for footsteps and act accordingly. Storage room. Click and hold this button to win. Listen for the curtain scraping and act accordingly. Test room 01. Click and hold this vent to win. Listen for footsteps and act accordingly. If that felt monotonous to sit through, imagine playing it. This isn't the worst thing in the world, it just makes replayability lacking. Luckily for us, things get a lot more interesting in terms of gameplay from now on. Home sweet exit. This cutscene is pretty neat, where we're following the directions from Phone Guy about handling a spring lock suit. And I don't mean to be a puss, but ever since FNaF 3 came out, I've had a weird fear about being spring locked in a suit. I've generally had nightmares about it even recently. So us having a panic attack inside the suit was super uncomfortable for me to sit through. Press space to open the suit. Dude, I hate spring locks, freak me out so much. Our next room has us going back to some good old-fashioned sit and surviving. Our air is filled with toxic gas, chemicals, whatever it is, we shouldn't be breathing it. Throwing on our gas mask greatly lowers our toxicity meter, so we'll have to be managing that throughout our 6 minutes of survival. During these 6 minutes, we've got our classic FNaF gang, Freddy, Foxy, Chica, and Bonnie. They look a little bit worse for wear. Guess that's a side effect of being down here for God knows how long. These rotten variants of our dear friends will make their way through our vents, hallway, or this destroyed window behind us. Freddy and Chica will attempt to kill us through the vents. Deactivating the ventilation on either Camo 5 or 06 will flush them out of there. However, with no fresh air hitting our room, that means we start asphyxiating fast. So we gotta be quick to put on our mask and reactivate the vents. Foxy will reveal himself down the hallway. We'll need to turn off the building's power supply to get rid of him, but in doing so, we won't be able to access our cameras or turn around to look at Bonnie. Which, when the room's power is on, we can see Bonnie appear through the broken window. Once he starts lunging through, we need to turn on the desk fan. Since Bonnie's been hotboxed and gassed for years, he hates the air hitting him and flees. This segment is very, very nice. Like I said, some good old sit and survive that's incredibly fluid and responsive. Great room. Hope I don't learn to hate it later on. Come on, I could have been quicker than that. The end section scene, we clean up Fredbear costume. Cool. And then we get our final test. The final test. I should have written that differently. In this room, our goal is to get Suit, this guy's name is Suit, into this room up here. In order to do this, we'll have to wait for his eyes to turn off and hit the return button on the left side of the monitor. If we ever lose sight of Suit, then we can hit the locate button, which does exactly as it says. Though he's not going to sit there and let you move him around with ease, because his goal is your office. And if he gets there, tough luck. Suit isn't our only threat, however. We're going toe-to-toe with security Bonnie, Freddy, and Fredbear. And these f***ers mean business, holding various weapons like an axe, a kitchen knife, and a whole-ass chainsaw. To stop our body from spontaneously erupting into ravines from their weapons, we'll have to stop them with a piece of paper, resetting the cameras, and 1,000,000 volts of electricity. Yeah, bro, you get the short end of the stick. Sorry. Keeping tabs of these three isn't that tough, but it takes away from waiting for Suit's eyes enough to make you miss when they go dark, which can happen for like 2 seconds before resetting. So this section can quickly become a cat and mouse chase of trying to get this guy to the top room. Just fucking go. Fucking get to the room. God damn it, just go. Fuck. I'm just gonna restart. It's pissing me off. When we eventually get him to go where he needs to, this happens. Oh, here he goes. Oh, dude, I'm awesome. Oh, well, that's not good. Also, Golden Freddy spazzes out on a camera for some reason. And then we're shown the tragic ending. There is a different ending we can obtain, but before that, what is the story this game is trying to tell? Where are we? Why are there so many animatronics here? What's up with the test rooms? I have no clue, I'm gonna be real. Garrett McKay did answer a lot of questions in a Game Jolt post a while ago, a very important one being what Suit is. It's William Afton's personal Springlock suit. It's used for fun, dancing, and practicing murder. After getting the tragic ending, we're immediately fed clues on how to get the secret ending. Left, left, up, left, up. Left, left, up, left, left. This clue leads us to a secret and sneaky guy. Following the route of the arrows reveals a secret room with a number. Combining this number with the score we got at the end of Golden Comet gives us a completed code for this combination safe here. In order to access this safe, we need to turn left at the end of the first room instead of going forward. Took a minute to get there for me. Yeah, that really, really easy first night.
Hello there. Welcome to the interactive control taper. Terrific.
Woohoo! Wee-hoo-hoo. No! You? I said continue. I said. With continue check, the level will continue moving forward after its completion. You f***ing lied to me. Okay, back at it again. Yes, Freddy.
Hello there. Welcome to the interactive control taper Fazbear Entertainment Animatronics.
Low taper.
I'm Freddy Fazbear, the lead singer in the group.
There's some items that we have seen within that facility from the pictures taken. So hopefully they just happen to still be there. Collect them and try to go through the door inside the store.
Oh, yeah. Woohoo! We got it. Yeah, we got it. Woo. Obtaining the fixed suit form controller means you know what we need to do. Go back to the cat and mouse chase in the 5th room. Oh my gosh, dude, finally. Die! Yeah, eat that. How do those spring locks feel? Hooray, we did it! What now? What'd you expect? There's been one every game. Let's just get this over with. Insane mode takes us back to test room 01. Only thing different is that they are angry. And that makes me really angry. Insane mode really fucking... Nah, I'm just kidding. You know I love a good hard challenge, and this is a really good one. There's only one issue I ran into that was unfair, which was Bonnie and Foxy attacking at the same time. If they did, good luck. Come on, I could have been quicker than that. That was perfect. Yeah, you just can't have Bonnie and Foxy attack at the same time or else you're screwed. There's a chance their attacks sync up so perfectly you genuinely cannot survive. But after a butt-puckering completion...
Oh my god, bro.
Oh, yeah! Phew. I was getting a phone call that time, bro. We get our last ending.
I'm terribly sorry it had to end this way. Maybe there's a way to communicate with him? Probably not. But after you're done, I'll send in a team to go after Afton.
Experiment 3. Test the binding effects of the high energy substance variables to surface larger than those in experiments 1 and 2. As a surface variable increases in size, the energy output decreases only slightly. The surface tested on for this experiment was the Mauziki version 2 animatronic. It is unknown whether the results were influenced by integrated motor components of the surface. 2 more experiments will be necessary to evaluate for bias. Experiment overall successful. More details in the experiment log. I mean, we found our son. He's just a giant demon mouse now. But we found him. Oh. Just like that, it's over. Alright, I just need to celebrate real quick. Yes! Oh, yeah! Man, that was tough. Alright. And that's the Fredbear and Friends Fredbear Fright's Feed Bee series. Fredbear and Friends Love to Rot is undoubtedly my favorite among the group of games I played. Really one of my all-time favorite games in general. Switching up the formula every night, room, visually appealing models and locations, interesting story and characters, it just has it all. So please play these games, maybe not this one. And with that, I hope you enjoyed watching.